Good afternoon, everyone. We gather here today to celebrate and validate the graduation ceremony of Project Search intern, the class of 2020. I am Michelle Ahona, the Project Search teacher. I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony and introduce you to this year's class. The interns that we are honoring today are Maisie Carter, Nathaniel Close, Lindsey Perez, Kyle Petrovsky, Spencer Apprentice, Erica Stahl, William Whelan, and James Young. Each intern was challenged to think about one educator who has influenced them the most in their educational career, and that one mentor who has impacted them the most on their internship. We surprised each of the educators and the mentors with a live video presentation. I would like to thank Kelly Mayhew, a district communication specialist, for putting together this awesome video to honor all the selected educator, mentor, as well as the interviews of the intern. And the first one we're going to start with is Maisie Carter.
Patty and I had a great connection. Patty was the first mentor that I felt comfortable. I learned how to use my cell phone with her, and I could ask questions. She had lunch with me every day and invested in me every day. She celebrated my birthday, and on my last day of my rotation, she bought pizza, cookies, and gifts. She taught me how to become more independent, and I learned also much from her.
Oh, wow, Maisie, you're going to make me cry. I met Miss Maisie while she was interning at St. Francis, and she was helping us in the laundry and housekeeping. She is a very happy person with a beautiful smile. She gave it her all. She was professional and willing to learn anything you brought her way. I remember one day while I was working with her, we started talking Valley Talk. Hello there. We laughed so hard that we almost, well, you know what, had to go to the bathroom quick. After that, we started the day out talking Valley Talk. The work never seemed so much like work with Maisie around because we would be laughing and enjoying each other that before you knew it, the time was up. Congratulations on your graduation. And I am sorry that the time you worked with us went so fast because I truly, truly enjoyed working with you, Maisie. Good luck, and I am proud to have worked with such a professional. You go, girl.
She was my first grade teacher. She and I are still friends. We have known each other since I was 4. We have great connection because my mom teaches at the same school Diane did. She always make me laugh and tell me to use lefty focus. She would always tell me to focus. I know she loves me because oh, she always makes me do my best. She is such a great support for me when I don't have a ride due to my family being busy. Diane is there to pick me up. She has been a great support for all of us in my family.
I got some pictures, and here's one of Miss Maisie, not focusing, but here's some of her little classmates, and she was loved by many. But what I want to say about Maisie is she just tries and tries so hard. And when I first got her, she did have a lazy left arm. And I would shake lazy lefty and say, make it work, put it up on your desk. And she'd kind of look at me like, you keep harping on me about this arm. But one thing Maisie always did was make me laugh. She was a happy child and a loving child, and the whole class loved her. And if anybody did anything that was kind of mean or rude, they knew they had to deal with me because nobody messed with my Maisie girl. So I feel fortunate to be her teacher, and I'm honored that she chose me.
Nathaniel Clute.
Why I chose Tanya was because she was pretty helpful when I first started in radiology. And whenever I needed logged into the computer, most of the time, I don't know if it was most of the time, but there was times she helped log me in when I needed logged in. She was the one that mostly taught me how to burn discs, fax paperwork, file away paperwork, voicemails off the phone, and then the other phone, like who I needed to call for where the patient needed to go, if it was for ultrasound, x-ray, or something like that. And then also she sat with me. I sat with her at lunch. She'd let me sit with her at lunch, and we'd carry a good conversation, and made me feel like part of the, like I was one of our own co-workers, and I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, Nathan, it was really great having you in our department. Like, you have such a good energy. I think you were the person that kind of tied us all together, because we all saw you at the front desk, and you were always so friendly with everyone, with us, with people that you talked to. You did a great job up there of just being that front person for our department. And we did feel like you were part of our team. You blended in so well with us. We all got along together. Even though you were a Broncos fan, we tried not to hold that against you. Okay, that was just me, but it was really nice. You did a great job. If you had questions about things that you weren't sure of, you weren't afraid to come to me and ask and make sure that you were doing everything right. You just had that fantastic work ethic. You were always there. We knew that things were going to be done correctly. You're very personable. Like, we just felt like it was so easy to get to know you. I thought you were just a fantastic person. I think you're going to do really great things. I really do.
Okay, so why I chose Mr. Wells is because, first of all, I had him freshman year with Mr. Hofelt in algebra, and then I had him with Miss Poppy 11th grade year in English, and he's always helped me out when I had a problem, like if I wasn't sure what I was doing, if I had any questions, he could help me out. If like if Miss Poppy or Mr. Hofelt were with other students helping them, he'd come over and help me. And then there was one day, I think it was during freshman year, there was one morning that somebody was picking on me and I was upset about it. And Mr. Wells had asked me what was going on, and we talked about it, and he helped me out with it and helped talk me through it and helped me out with it. He was also always an awesome teacher and one of my favorite teachers in high school. And I miss getting to tell him, have a great weekend, Mr. Wells, on Fridays. And every other day I'd tell him, have a good rest of your day, Mr. Wells. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to miss getting to see Mr. Wells.
Well, that's sure nice of you, Nathan. I do remember all those, great times we had, and you were a joy to have in class. And I am honored that you picked me for this Project Search graduation ceremony. And I want to congratulate you on your completion of that. And, Nathan, you're going to go on and do great things in whatever you do. Okay. So you're going to do so many great things, and I'm honored to be by your side. And, if you ever need anything, anytime, I'll be there for you. So I think Nathan said it best. My favorite memories of Nathan were every Friday, he would always look at me and tell me, have a good weekend. And that just made my day. And I knew come Monday morning, whether it was algebra or English his junior year, I knew that I was going to walk into the room with a smiling face to Nathan. So I appreciate you being a great student, Nathan, and it was an honor to teach you, and I'm honored to be by your side for this great award.
Lindsey Perez, how do you know Sandy?
Perez, I saw got in third grade.
With Mrs. Nance, we started in kindergarten, you and I.
Out, take me out for lunch.
Yes, I would. I would pick you up for lunch.
Cross me, Maisie view, and hugs me.
And hug you, yes. But you always hugged me too.
Always life. Let me gift on my birthday. Saying my Christian party. I love her and she loves me.
You were her para,
At Star Elementary, yes.
and how many years ago was that?
Well, Lindsay was in kindergarten.
Lindsey is going to be 21 in June, and she still thinks of you clear back from kindergarten. That is so amazing that you have that much impact on Lindsey to this day.
Well, Lindsay had a big impact on me too. She was one of the best little things that happened to me being a para. I mean, I had worked at Star since 1990, and I started out in the food service doing the computer for the kids. And I liked being around the kids so well. When a special ed opening came at my school, I went part-time for the food service, part-time for special ed. And then I had to go full-time for special ed because of little girls like Lindsay. She got to my heart. She really did. They're the best. I mean, everybody says, oh yeah, kids like Lindsay, you gotta treat them different. Nah, I treat her like she was one of my own.
I got to work with her. She helped me. Nice. Taking a picture out of the patio. Taking a picture nails.
Well, I'm very honored that you chose me, Lindsay. That's very sweet. I really enjoyed having you at Skilled Care. You're a very caring, compassionate person, and all the patients and the staff took to you very well. You had your own little niche with each one of the patients in your own special way, and they really, really miss you. They still talk about you to this day. The ones that are still there will say, you remember the time Lindsay did bingo and we did this, or, how she always came in and hugged everybody in the morning. And, we miss you too. You were a very special part of Skilled Care when you were there. You're a very caring person. I think you would do well in a setting like this with people that just need a little bit of companionship and somebody just to talk to and stuff. You just have that knack. And I learned some things from you too, to be a little more patient. I feel like sometimes, I got a little frustrated at times when I just felt like I didn't know what you really needed, but you were able to communicate to me eventually. It took a little bit, but to let me know, what was bothering you, what was going on at that time. And we worked through it together, and I just really enjoyed having you. And I wish we could have you longer. I wish you can come back, and the patients do too. But I just want to tell you thank you, Lindsey, because you really did touch our hearts there, and you're just a sweet gal.
Kyle Petrovsky.
Glenn, I chose you because besides you being the coach of helping me finding a job, you were there for me for anything. I want to thank you for that. If I did something wrong, instead of you just saying, no, that is wrong, you would actually explain how it is wrong, and you would help me or show me what is the right way to do it. You were the person I can trust with whatever I was going through. I just want to thank you for everything from you that you taught me.
That is really awesome to hear, Kyle. And thank you. I am completely honored and humbled and quite surprised. So, and Kyle, I want you to know that the one reason you learned is because you are teachable and you accepted redirection and confrontation and some hard conversations we had. And I saw in you from the very first day a very teachable and moldable heart. You were so kind and gracious and polite to when we talked to CCC recruiters and admission people and all over. So I was always so proud to take you out in public because you conducted yourself very well. And then we had some pretty interesting times at Amigos with you learning the cash register and just memorizing it back at Gish Libraries of what the menus were. And you took your job seriously. You were very willing to learn, whether it's back in the kitchen or replacing all the sauces and things like that in the buffet table. And you just did it. And that's huge, Kyle. You also love Jesus. And, we spent some time looking at the university in Bellevue and things like that. And you were not scared to share your faith. And that's going to be the core, Kyle, of what takes you anywhere.
Hey, Jimmy, I picked you because I want to thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you for including me at lunch. And I want to thank you for teaching me how to collect the trash and the linens. I also want to thank you for being patient with me while I was learning how to do the trash and linen. Also, thank you for you teaching me the proper way to expose the gloves and sanitize when it's needed.
You're easy to get along with. He said, Kyle, that he liked working with you too, that you were easy to teach. You learned really quick, and he liked really working with you because you both like to talk a lot. He said that you only took a week to be trained, and then you were on your own. He really liked that. He liked that you were easy, that you picked up on it real quick, and that, he didn't have to be with you all the time to do things, that you did it. You were one that wanted to go out on your own and do your own work instead of, having somebody help you all the time.
Jimmy, you were a Project Search student years ago, right? And you worked hard and proved to lots of people at the hospital that you could get a full-time job at CHI. You were an awesome model to Kyle, showing him that you are fully capable of getting a job just like me. Spencer Apprentice.
I've known Jenny for over 4 years. She was my PT at senior high, the Inderhouse Workforce Prep Academy, and currently Project Search. And she's made a huge influence in my life. pushed me whether I liked it or not. She even got a tray for my wheelchair to make it easier to work and more or cook and more accessible. I used my walker and I also planked and she came to CHI and to brainstorm ideas on how to build my arm strength. She even came to the pool with our class and found ways to help me walk on my own in the pool.
You know, Spencer, I always knew that you were going to be someone special because the handoff from the PT in Lincoln, she really made sure that I knew everything about you, so that I would take good care of you. So I just took that. I really tried to take what she was passing on to me. But part of my job is always trying to help the kids access their school environment. So whether that's walking or transferring or their work environments or the pool and all that kind of stuff, doing stairs. We worked on that one time. But one of the most special things that I remember helping you do was the day that we practiced for graduation at the high school. And that will always hold a special memory. You were the first one that I helped do that. And that's honestly what I work towards with all my students at a younger age, from elementary to middle school, is just that ultimate time of walking across the graduation stage. And I just want you to let you know that I'm so proud of you. You have done an amazing job. You've always been such a hard worker. You're always determined. And I always enjoyed our conversations about sports and everything. You're always kind of my buddy to talk about sports with. So anyway, I'm very proud of you, and I thank you for letting me be able to help you in the way that I did.
Sarah was an awesome mentor. She was very honest, and when she evaled me, she explained it to me to see what areas I need to improve on. She taught me all about patient confidentiality. She was very social. She made a point to talk to me every time she was there. She included me in everything. Just about everything. Over Christmas break, I volunteered about 3 or 4 days, and she was really appreciative of that. She taught me all about customer service and how to treat and greet people.
Spencer, I am beyond honored that you chose me. I have a ton of admiration for you. Even though you have a physical disability, you were exceptional at displaying your abilities each and every day. You were always so eager to learn, had a kind word for others, and determined to model exemplary professionalism. You have left an impact on me. I have learned even more on how to implement appropriate accommodations for any individual. Always know that our door to CHI is always open, and you have a friend to call if you ever need anything. Best wishes to your future employment. Respectfully, Sarah Paxton.
Erica Stahl.
Why did you pick me?
Because you took me out of my own home.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Yes. We had to get you somewhere safe.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad for that. Where I'm right now, that's the only reason I like it here. Another thing I thank you for, eating lunch with me at Bar Middle School.
Yes, I was so happy when I was hired at Bar Middle School and I walked in and there you were. I hadn't seen you for a long time. And there you were, and it just made me smile. You are one of the kids that I have always remembered. I remember your curly hair when you were little. And then I remember when you had it really, really short, even shorter than today.
Yes.
Yes, and your beautiful blue eyes. And you always were eager to learn new things. And that's always been something I've remembered about you. Such a positive spirit.
You were my best friend at the hospital.
You were my friend too, and you still are my friend.
When I walk into work in the morning, you're like the thing shines me up. Makes me happy in the morning to see you.
But you know what? You always came into work with a smile. That is something that I admire about you and that you have taught me. That no matter what I got going on in my life, I need to show up to work and have a smile and a good attitude. It did not matter what we asked you to do, you were on it and always willing to help and do whatever you needed to do to help out the whole department. But you were always, I'm here to help, I'm here to work, and let me learn. And you always wanted to learn new things.
William Whelan.
Kind teacher, helping me a lot, things around places. And you always trying to keep up with me sometimes. Every time you always kick us someplace to take places like job sites everywhere. And also helping all the students out there confusing on their math tests.
I do remember math was not your favorite subject. You would come to me and I'm so done with math, and we'd work through it, and you did really good. So I'm proud of you for making it through Project Search, and you are my second student to make it through Project Search, and I am super proud of both of you because that means you guys have so much work experience. You've learned a lot. You've gotten to meet so many different people. And if you get along with those people, or if you learn the people that you don't get along with, and that's part of the working experience. So I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you get a really good job after this. And I know you're working at Balls right now, and keep working there and making good choices.
You helped me a lot for look around in Balls.
And then I can tell you that I've worked at Balls for 20 years, and nobody can do dishes like you. And that's the truth. That stays on task and does their work. You get done so fast that you have time to spare.
Remember when you told me that you had to give up your job to go to Project Search, right?
I talked to him so you could come back to work on our busiest day, remember? You got to come to work on Fridays instead of going to the hospital for 5 days?
Yeah.
That was better.
Yeah. She kept your job for you, right? She didn't give your job away to someone else. We can give you a task, and you are the biggest go-getter, never complain, and you will not stop until the job is done. James Young.
Ryan is my mentor. I help him sometimes when he goes to the basement in the hospital. He tells me about some of the machines, how they work, and he sends if they are broken. He is a really good friend.
We have another employee, his name's James, here in the department too. So it was a lot of fun when we would say James, they would both perk up so they didn't know which one we were referring to. So between the two of them and us, we named Mr. Young Chemo. So he stuck with that. And I didn't know this, but my coworker said that Chemo is James for Hawaiian, right, James?
Yes.
So that's where he kind of got a different name from our department. And I think he enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. One thing that I was impressed with James is he picked up things pretty fast. He learned his way around the hospital really well. because we went into a lot of different areas where we pick up equipment. He did a really good job of doing that every day that we asked him to do that. And we also had fun tearing apart and scrapping out of UPS, didn't we, James?
Yes.
He enjoyed that and kind of got to see what the interior looks like on one of the electronic pieces of equipment. So, but yeah, we had a lot of fun with him. We enjoyed him.
Mrs. Watts is my teacher. She teaches me about how to stay healthy. Watts helps me with some of the work I really need at home. She's trying to make sure that I am as happy as possible, which she did. She also helped me and my family when we had our electricity turned off. She go and beyond that. She also had me work at Olive Garden during the time, and I got the Employee of the Month.
Well, James, I am truly blessed that you picked me as an educator that you remember, because you are a student that I will forever remember, James. You have touched my heart in a special way. I can think of all the times that you came to workforce and you would always come in to the building ready to go, willing to work. You did not say no. You always said yes. You are such a nice young man. And the memories, I mean, I remember I could always joke around with you and we would laugh and you would tell me jokes. You have a very special spot in my heart. I am very fortunate that I got to be your teacher. And I am very fortunate that I was given the opportunity to meet you and to spend that year with you. And we have formed a special bond, a bond that I want you to know, James, that from here on out, if you need anything, you can count on me. And I will always remember you being the first one getting Employee of the Month at Olive Garden. Wow. You set the bar high, and I'm glad that James Young is on that bar.
I want to thank all the parents, the family, and friends of the intern for the constant support. On a day like this, it's appropriate to stand back, take a deep breath, and recognize how far all of these interns have come. While we give back your son and daughter, the same child you confidently entrusted us to our care, we give your child back months wiser, more responsible, more mature, and ready to tackle the world on as an adult. We now have mature young men and women moving forward with confidence and lessons learned from the first chapter of adulthood. Tomorrow, these adults are propelled into the unknown and whatever path may lead them to. They are only at the beginning of their adult journey, and there are endless great things to come. Although each and every one of your sons and daughters would have attained growth despite us, it's been our pleasure and our privilege to watch their personality unfold day by day and marvel at the vast amount of progress each of them have made. We give back your sons and daughters back very reluctantly for having spent 9 months together in that tiny classroom. We have grown very close, have become a part of each other. Not only has your sons and daughters impacted us for lifelong friendship, they have become a part of our family. Remember, Maisie, Nathan, Lindsey, Kyle, Spencer, Erica, William, and Jane. We will always be interested in your destiny, wherever you go, whatever you do, and whoever you become. Just remember, Our door is always open for you to share your joys or your sorrows. Each and every one of you has the potential to accomplish your dream. I don't think in all my 28 years of teaching, I have been taught more in a lifetime with each of you. Thank you for challenging me personally and giving me the gift of being your teacher. A very sincere thank you to our administration, CHI department supervisor and mentor, CHI staff, Grand Island Public School, Project Search Partner, and Business Advisory Committee for the overwhelming support and guidance you have given the program and these interns this past year. Thank you to our off-site host businesses, Bar Middle School, Boston, Grand Island Senior High, Olive Garden, Mosaic, Falls Sports Bar, and Dodge Elementary School for enriching our work experiences and preparing us for the real world. A huge thank you to our awesome skilled trainers, Mindy and Tracy. You have worked tirelessly, not only on site, but you've given countless hours to us off the clock. We truly owe each of you for the lifelong experiences you have provided. And lastly, a huge congratulations to the graduates. The future is so bright for each of you. May I present to you the graduated class of Project Search 2020.